We still know that nature around us is beautiful, but it contains anger, tolerance, and even romance. Although we have not yet discovered all the mysteries of nature, we have learned a little about it. Not hail, melting ice, or blizzard. It's a fire tornado. In today's video, let's explore this rare natural phenomenon and the serious consequences it has caused. Discover the phenomenon of fire tornado. A fire tornado is a natural phenomenon that occurs often but is very rare or recorded, through which a fire in a certain condition depending on the air temperature and convection will create a convection, vertical vortex like a tornado. This phenomenon occurs when there is a combination of active winds and high outdoor temperature or the presence of flammable gases. The flame that is swept up and up in the vortex may be the flame surrounding the flame that created it, or the flame itself that caused its convection. It is known that most fire tornadoes form during forest fires. They are created when the converging hot air rises upward, causing the surrounding air areas to overflow and collide to form a vortex that rises upwards, like when pulling a large object out of water, we'll see a vortex. Vortex as the surrounding water pours in to take the place of the flames below. These fire tornadoes are usually less than a half a meter tall before being extinguished. It is like a fire dancing over the burning area, which is why it is also known as the fire devil. The fire tornado consists of a core and the gas surrounding the core. The surrounding air is always whirling and provides oxygen for the fire. The core of a typical fire tornado is usually 0.3 to 0.9 meter in diameter and 15 to 30 meter in height. But under favorable conditions, according to Forsthofer, the core width of the super-large fire tornado can reach several tens of meters, while the height reaches more than 300 meters. Compared to a water tornado, the destructive power of this phenomenon is much more terrifying. The recorded tornadoes are usually 10 to 50 meters high and several meters wide. But sometimes these fire tornadoes can reach kilometer height with swirling winds of about 160 km per hour, which are strong enough to topple trees. The fire can rise high because when the vortex of oxygen will be drawn into the fire core of the tornado. This fire core can have a temperature of more than 1000 degrees. With this temperature, it can burn almost anything, and anything caught up in it becomes the fuel that sustains the rising fire core. The combustible gases released by plants are the fuel of most fire tornadoes. When sucked up by the vortex, potentially combustible gases enter the center of the vortex. When a tornado reaches an area with enough oxygen and high temperature, it will burst into flames. That is why the flame in the core rise so high. Nowadays, the phenomenon of fire tornadoes occurs more and more often. The main cause of this anomaly is severe global climate change. In particular, it causes many great consequences for humanity. In the process of moving, the fire tornado picks up a lot of dust or even foreign objects and then throws it away. This may result in personal injury. In 1871, a record wildfire in Pascagoula, Wisconsin, USA, The main cause of damage was a fire tornado traveling at a speed of 161 km per hour. This firestorm has destroyed entire houses, commercial centers, and an estimated 6 square kilometer land has been burned. At least 1,500 people have been killed and many others buried in the rubble. In 1923, a fire tornado killed 38,000 Japanese in Tokyo in just 15 minutes. In 2003, it was recorded that another fire tornado caused a major bushfire disaster in Canberra. This tornado has a diameter of nearly 500 meters, moves at a speed of 250 km per hour, and the temperature in the center reaches more than 1,000 degrees Celsius. And recently, in Loyalton, Canton, California, the fire caused by the fire tornadoes has burned 8,000 hectares of forest and vegetation, forcing people here to evacuate. It is known that fire tornadoes can last for about an hour or more, and humans cannot put them out with direct measure. The only way to extinguish or reduce the power of a fire tornado is to remove the oxygen supply for the tornado. It is the unpredictability and rapid movement of fire tornadoes that make them too dangerous for humans. So the research to make accurate predictions about the appearance of fire tornadoes, they are absolutely necessary. But so far, people are still passive before these natural disasters. You see, tornado is an extremely dangerous natural phenomenon and causes extremely heavy damage. When we see tornadoes or strong winds, we should stay at home, need to hide in solid places, preferably in the basement, to be able to limit the loss of life when it occurs. Fire tornadoes. Today's video comes to an end. Hopefully, the information we provide will help you understand more about the fire tornadoes phenomenon and how devastating this weather phenomenon is to the surrounding environment. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share this video to discover more interesting things around it. For now, say goodbye and see you in the next videos.